Happy Monday, everybody. I'm going to go ahead and pull general messages for the month of March. We go into the month of March on Wednesday, which is the 1st, of course. So we're definitely going to go ahead and tap in and see what comes up for that. All of my messages are timeless. This is also a general reading, so for anyone that it resonates for, you are able to take these messages if you feel like they are for you, okay? If this is your first time joining me, welcome. If you are a returning member, how you doing? You know how we do things over here. Okay, so let's go ahead and tap in. We're going to use this deck to get some general energy, and then we're going to build upon the messages, okay? If you have not already, definitely make sure you go ahead and subscribe and turn your notifications on so that you are alerted anytime that I go live or anytime that I post any new content. There are a lot of things that will be getting uploaded this week, a lot of new things that I will be starting. So definitely make sure that you have your notifications on so that you are alerted for any of those things. If you feel like any of these messages resonate or the past messages resonate, definitely make sure you share this channel with anyone else that can use them, okay? All right, Spirit, so let's tap in. Messages for the month of March for the collective. We have suppression coming out. Came out in the reverse, but we're going to see what else comes out first. We have guilt also coming out in the reverse. Excuse me, my throat is dry. I've been doing readings all rising. Let's get one more from here. One more card, Spirit. Thank you. One more card. Thank you. Okay. Sometimes these cards act like they don't want to come out. And we have We Are the World coming out upright. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and tap in and see what's going on. So suppression came out in the reverse. However, I will flip it over so we can kind of try to make more sense of everything, okay? Now, suppression coming out in the reverse is, number one, showing me that there's a lot of things that people have been keeping within themselves that you may feel more comfortable releasing, okay, throughout the month of March, okay? Certain things that may have been weighing you down, certain things that may have been bothering you, certain things that may have been, you know, causing issues or problems in this last cycle, okay, that you have been through, or this past cycle, okay? I see a lot of you guys finally reaching in and reaching within your energy, finding the strength to talk about these things, to be open with these things, to really show people and tell people how you feel in regards to certain things that are going on, okay? I see a lot of you guys being more open, okay? I'm also seeing pulling off the mask. So a lot of you guys are pulling off the mask, allowing yourself to be more truthful, to be more honest, and to be more open in regards to the things that you're feeling or the things that you are experiencing, okay? We had guilt come out in the reverse as well. So I see a lot of you guys releasing guilt and shame, okay, throughout this month of March. Spirit may have been pushing you to kind of have a better understanding of things, the reasons why they happen, how they happen, you know, making sense of some of the trauma, some of the pain, some of the things that you may have experienced on your journey, or specifically within this last year, okay? We know that March is the last month before we officially walk into the new year, which starts March 20th through March 21st, okay? Aries season marks the official new beginning, new cycle, new year, okay? So I see a lot of guilt and shame being released. I see a lot of you guys understanding that you couldn't do better because you didn't know better. You weren't taught better, okay? I see a lot of you guys working on childhood traumas and understanding, you know, your parents, you know, even though we may love them or we want, you know, to think of them in the best way, you know, we become adults and we start to be like, oh, I understand why my mom may have done this or why my dad may have done this. I get it now because I'm an adult. Just because you understand it doesn't mean that it didn't cause any type of, you know, harm, you know, within your life, or that it didn't affect you in any type of way, shape, or form. Okay, so Spirit is saying a lot of you guys are going to be releasing and letting go of the fact that you couldn't do better because you didn't know better. I mean, it's just that fucking simple. But now you're in a place where you're going to be able to teach yourself the best ways to go about things moving forward, because you are releasing that guilt and allowing yourself to be more open. Okay, and then we have We Are the World. This came out in the upright. And like I told you guys, there's going to be a lot of collaborations happening this year, okay? A lot of you guys could be starting to embrace some of these collaborations within the month of March. So definitely stay tuned to that and stay aware of that. Spirit could be bringing certain people in your life to help you facilitate this new change that you may be going through or that you may be experiencing. Spirit could also be sending new people in your life, you know, that are going to be permanent people in your life, okay? One of the past lives that we did over the weekend, if you didn't watch those, definitely go tune into those. But we talked about how Spirit was going to be bringing people into our lives that, you know, we're going to help us facilitate this new course that we're going on, to help us understand new things about ourselves, to show us new things about ourselves, to introduce us to new things that will help us on our journey. And again, this doesn't mean that these people are going to be around long term. So don't go into any relationship with any high expectations that you're going to live and die with these people, because that just may not be the case. But you definitely want to be open enough to receive whatever it is that they may be helping you with, or that they may be teaching you as you're going through the course of, you know, the year, and especially the month of March in specifically. Okay. All right. So let's see what else we can gather. Let's do some cosmic cards and see what's going on in the cosmos for the month of March. All right. Again, these messages are for the collective, meaning that anybody can use these messages if they resonate. If they do not resonate, then don't worry about it, because it's not going to resonate for everybody, okay? But if it does, definitely take whatever does resonate as confirmation, as insight, or enlightenment, okay? All right, let's see. Let's get 3 cosmic messages for the month of March for the collective. Thank you. All right. First card out is Star Gathering. Stars aligned, remembering home, and soul family. So like I said, there's going to be a lot of people connecting with their soul tribe within this month as well. So definitely stay tuned to that and be aware of that. But understand, when connecting or trying to connect with your soul tribe, you have to first be on that energetic vibration. So a lot of you, if you have been looking for a soul tribe, or you've been trying to connect with a soul tribe, the reason why you may not be connecting with one right now is because you're not on that frequency yet, which means that there's more things that you need to do, more work that you need to put in, or more things you need to focus on, so that you can start to attract that energy to you. Okay, I'm also seeing stars align and remembering home. So a lot of you guys are remembering who you are. You're remembering that you are not of this realm. It is so important to understand that, especially if you call yourself a melanated spiritual being. It is important to understand that this realm is not home. Okay, we've made it home because we've been here for billions of years, but this is not our original home. Okay, this is not where we come from. We don't come from this realm of earth. We come from the cosmos. Okay, so a lot of you guys are starting to finally understand when we call ourselves gods, when we refer to ourselves as goddesses and empresses and emperors and so on and so forth, you're really starting to understand exactly what that means. And I talk about it a lot, how we use these words, but we don't really understand what they mean, and we don't really act as if we understand what they mean, okay? To know that I'm a god, to know that I'm a goddess, is to also act like one. And acting like one is not worrying, not allowing low vibrational things into my space, into my mental, into my consciousness. You know, acting like one is working on myself, not allowing people, places, and things to dictate who I am or who I become, and so on and so forth, okay? So a lot of you guys are understanding exactly who you are and how you fit, okay, into this whole world, okay? We are the world. We are connected. We are all connected, and we all have a job that we're supposed to be doing, and a lot of you are going to be figuring out that within this month, okay? I'm also saying life purpose, figuring out your life purpose as well, okay? Transcendence, ascension, you are rising up. So like I said, the energy is shifting. Before we go into a new year, before we enter into a new cycle, there are things that we have to get aligned with. There's things that we have to connect with. There's things that we have to understand, okay? And in order to have the ascension that we want, again, we have to understand those certain things, and we have to connect with those certain things, okay? Spirit is saying raise your vibration, okay? There's a need for you guys to be more positive in your speaking, in your thinking, in your you know, day-to-day lives, okay? Making sure that you're being more positive overall. Your vibration high. The higher your vibration is, the better your ascension will be. The lower your vibration is, the more traumatic and all over the place and back and forth your ascension process will be, okay? We have Heart Thorough Light Codes. This is saying light immersion, full system upgrade, and power recall, okay? This is one of the cards that came out last week as well, I believe, in one of those readings. But Spirit is saying it's time to call back your power. A lot of you guys, you know, through the different things that you've gone through, through the different life experiences that you've had, you've been either giving away your power, or you've been losing your power, or just dropping it off at places and not knowing that you dropped it off, okay? So there's a need to call back your power, and calling back your power is simple. It's literally just saying, I call back my power from wherever I left it. I call back my power from whoever took it without my permission, and I call back my power from any place that it may be that I'm unaware of, from any lifetime, from any realm, from any place, period, that my power may be trapped. I release it and I call it back to me immediately. You can repeat something along those lines every single day, and then watch how you start to feel, you know, more activated, more powerful, and more connected with yourself and with your path. Okay? All right, so let's tap in and get some tarot. What cards do I want to use today? Let's use these ones. All right. So I'm going to tap in and get some tarot. Go through and clarify. See exactly what the heck is going on here. If the messages haven't resonated so far, definitely make sure you give this video a thumbs up and share this video with anyone, again, who can use these messages. All right. Okay, let's see what's going on. All right, we get 5 cards from here. 5 cards in regards to the month of March for the collective spirit. Thank you. 1 card at a time. Ooh, that's not 1. 1 card at a time, please. Thank you. I'm not going to take these, but I am going to read it. So we have the 10 of Cups and the World card, okay? So for a lot of you guys, March is going to signify the point in your life where things change, okay? Things change. Cycles are breaking. Remember, and I said I'm going to mention this until we get into the new year. Once we get into Aries season, we are moving into a 7-year, okay? A 7-year signifies cycles completing, signifies rebirth and new beginnings, okay? So definitely pay attention to that. If you're seeing the number 7 a lot, 777, things along those lines, then definitely pay attention to that. Ace of Pentacles coming out as the first card. Okay. So I'm definitely seeing some money coming in, or financial things coming in for some of you guys. Like I said in the past readings as well, money has been stagnant for a lot of people, okay? A lot of you guys have been working towards rebuilding your finances or getting your finances in order. If you're somebody who has been struggling with finances, I definitely have been seeing a lot surrounding money and finances for the last 2 weeks, okay, in regards to the energy that is coming in. So a lot of you guys will start to receive unexpected money, unexpected deposits, unexpected bookings if you have clients, and things along those lines, okay? If you have been worried about money issues, this is your time to stop fucking worrying, okay? Because the more you worry, you're going to make this go in the reverse, and it's not going to come into you, okay? So keep yourself open, keep your energy open, and again, be as positive as you possibly can in order to attract those things to you, okay? We have the Ten of Swords coming out, okay? So again, rebirth. A lot of you are just going through an entire rebirthing phase, okay? Like we were talking about before. I don't remember what card came out. But one of those cards we're talking about rebirth, okay? Things being reborn, things being replenished, okay? You ascending. If you can see how his ghost or his soul is leaving his body, that is a part of your ascension phase. Like I said, a lot of you guys are going to be shifting timelines, okay? I'm seeing timeline jumping, meaning you wake up and certain things happen that change your life, like within a blink of an eye. It's not something that's going to take a long time. Some of you guys are going to be walking into a completely different way of life, okay? A completely different way of being, a completely different way of just life, period, okay? 303 is on my other clock as well at this time, okay? So I'm hearing the balance of the mind, body, and soul. Because some of you guys are doing your work, balancing yourself out as far as your mental, your emotional, your spiritual, your physical, and all of those different things, you are opening up the space in your life to receive the things that you've been trying to get this whole time, okay? So if you've been losing things, or you've been feeling like things have been lost, or things have been thrown away, or things have been taken from you, or whatever the case is, that's not the case, okay? If anything, Spirit has been clearing up your space and helping you clear up your space so that when we shift over into this new energy, you're able to effortlessly collect the things that are for you, okay? We have the Eight of Swords. So like I said, if things have been stagnant or just not moving for you, or if you've been feeling stuck these last couple of months, it's almost like no matter how much work I put in, I still feel like I'm stuck. No matter, you know, how many times I try to redirect myself or go after something new, or, you know, recreate my path, or, you know, try some new things, or whatever the case is, it's like I'm still feeling stuck. Things are not progressing as much as I want them to. Or I may have a little success and then I get stuck again. Or I move up a couple steps and then I get stuck again. And that's because, again, this is a final time to clear and cleanse your space and your energy before these new things come in, okay? So it's not necessarily that you are stagnant. It's more so that you have set an expectation to move faster than your journey says that you need to be moving, okay? So some of you guys, Spirit is walking you through, you know, this process step by step. And being walked through it step by step is not, you know, it doesn't mean that it's just going to happen the way you want it to happen. This won't look the way you want it to look, and it's going to be the way you want it to be, and it's going to happen in the time frame you want it to happen in. You know, there is a time and a place for everything. Everything is moving according to the way that it's supposed to, okay? Now, the numbers 8 and 10 have been popping up this whole reading. Okay, I just want y'all to pay attention to that. So you could be saying 1010 a lot, or 888, or something like that. It's also 210 on my other clock as I'm looking at it as well. Okay, so if you've been saying those numbers, that could also be a sign of confirmation for this reading as well. Okay. And 8 and 10 is also 18, which can be broken down into the number 9, okay? And 9 also signifies completion, okay? We have the Page of Swords, okay? So there could be certain things that Spirit is pressing you to be real with yourself in regards to. There could be some baby steps that Spirit wants you to take in regards to living in your truth and being honest with yourself, okay? I'm also saying that some of you guys need to stand up for yourself, and it doesn't mean that you need to go out here and go crazy on people and beat them up or nothing like that. But it does mean that you need to start being more open and more vocal about the things that you feel. Being more open and more vocal about the ways that people make you feel, okay? And allowing yourself to really be transparent, you know, with your emotions and with your feelings, so that you can protect yourself more and you can set better boundaries, okay? Some of you could also be beginning some type of job where you have to do more speaking than you are used to, okay? So some of you guys may be being pushed out of your comfort zone when it comes to speaking, whether you may have a special project coming up that you have to lead and you have to speak or make a speech or something. Some of you guys may be being called to do something as far as speaking engagement, or talking, you know, amongst a bunch of people. And a bunch of people can be anything for anybody, right? A bunch of people to me may be thousands of people, but a bunch of people to you may be 10, okay? But I do see there's some type of conversation that has to be had, maybe on a public level, okay? Some of you guys could also have to have a meeting or something with someone in a hierarchy. So you may have to go talk to your boss about something, or maybe talk to HR, you know, about something or something like that, okay? But there's a need for you guys to speak up more, or speak out more, or be confident or comfortable when you are speaking for yourself and speaking your truth, okay? Let's get one more card, and then we're going to go in and clarify. Ooh, the Magician. The Magician. So you guys are creating. I see some creations. I see some manifestations, okay? Certain things that you guys have been waiting for and working on for a long time. Certain things y'all been trying to bring in for years. I see certain ways that you've been trying to live your life, or certain things that you have just been chasing for years. For years, that can finally start to come through for you. So definitely pay attention to your intuition, because there could be some final things that your intuition may tell you to do in order to line up and align with the things that you're asking for, okay? We got the Hermit card at the bottom. We also have the Fool card and the Eight of Cups with the Death card in reverse, okay? So there's definitely some new beginnings. For some of you guys, these new beginnings are going to come from you, again, stepping out of your comfort zone, coming out of seclusion. Some of you guys have been secluded for years, where you've just been around you and your own energy for the most part for years, okay? And Spirit is saying it's finally time for you to kind of come out of this long-term hermit mode and be able to enjoy the fruits of your labor, or coming out of this long-term hermit mode to put the finishing touches on whatever your manifestations are. So for some of you guys, Spirit is saying, okay, you manifested pretty good. However, in order to kind of seal the deal and really bring that thing into you, you're going to have to get out of that hermit mode. You're going to have to get out of solitude and be able to embrace, you know, the environments and the people, places around you, okay? So for some of you guys, you unlocking your manifestations is going to be contingent upon you getting out of your comfort zone. The last stage, last step to you being able to unlock these manifestations is you getting out of your comfort zone, okay? So let's go in and clarify each of these And then we're going to pull some ancestor messages. I may even do a finance card as well. Just to tie it all in. Again, feel free to comment below if any of these messages are resonating. Also, make sure you subscribe and turn your notifications on. All right, let's clarify this Ace of Pentacles. Ooh, that's more than one. One card at a time. Ace of Pentacles, please. Thank you. Look at this. You're beginning to realize who you are. Remembering home. Okay, remember when I said you guys were going to be able to tap in and really figure out exactly who you are, what you're supposed to be doing, how you add to this life, what your next steps are, and all of that. For some of you guys, this is your Ace of Pentacles. Your abundance that is coming in is contingent upon you understanding exactly who you are and operating in that purpose. Okay, when we are chasing the wrong goals, when we are chasing the wrong dreams, when we are going after things that are not for us, this is what lands us in this stagnant energy of this Eight of Swords. This is what lands us in this place where, you know, we're feeling all of these different emotions, okay, because we're out of place. Okay, this is why healing is so important. This is why your shadow work is so important, because it helps you get back on track. It helps you recenter, refocus, and realign yourself with your purpose. Okay, and a lot of you, the abundance is coming through you understanding exactly who you are, remembering who you are, and acting accordingly. Okay, let's clarify this Ten of Swords. One card, please. Thank you. The Chariot. So forward movement. Okay, things are going to happen quickly. Like I said, it's not going to take a long time for some of you guys to manifest these things that are coming in. It could be in regards to stability, because we have the Earth card at the bottom, and Earth is all about stability. We also have unparalleled in the reverse, and anything that is unparalleled is unaligned. Okay, and that's in the reverse. So you guys are quickly aligning yourself. Remember, I said this is going to be a 7-year. Okay, we have the number 7 coming out and clarifying that as well. So forward movement will happen quickly as you are stepping into place. Okay, see how the Chariot comes after this. You're beginning to remember who you are. Okay, you gotta know who you are first before you can have forward movement. Okay, so Spirit is saying immediately as you start to embrace who you actually are, live in your authentic truth, be who you're supposed to be, okay, things will start to immediately pick up for you. Honestly, this is like piggybacking off of the lives that I've done over the weekend. So again, if you didn't watch the Self-Care Sunday reading or the reading from Saturday, definitely go watch that. Okay, let's clarify this Eight of Swords. Ooh. Fool card. New beginnings. New beginnings. New beginnings. Wheel of Fortune at the bottom of the deck. And here go that number 10 again. Okay? New beginnings. As you are releasing, letting go, stepping into who you truly are, getting out of this stagnant ass energy, things have no choice but to move for you. You have no choice but to walk into these new doors. You have no choice but to embrace these new things as they're coming to you. Point blank, period. And I'm happy for you. Okay? Definitely happy for you. Okay, a lot of you guys could be going after something for the first time. So I'm saying new jobs, I'm saying new careers. Okay, new goals, new dreams. Use this this week, okay, to really write down what you want to see in your life, the things that get you to those places that you want to get to. So for example, if I'm saying, okay, within this new year, I want to, you know, grow a bigger business. I want to be, you know, I want my business to be more in the public eye. Okay, whatever, blah, 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 blah. Cool. So what you need to do is sit down and write out a list or a routine. Come up with a routine that you can do throughout the week. Come up with a list of things that you need to execute and get done before the new year. Figure out a goal and set a plan, okay? Meditate on that plan, meditate on that routine, allow your intuition to guide you in regards to what to do and what steps to take next, okay? Like I said with this Page of Swords, a lot of you guys are going to be beginning something new, okay? Stepping into something new that you have not done before, or something that you haven't done in this way before, okay? And you're going to have to be open to it. With this new beginnings, you're going to have to be open to it, because that's what's going to align you with the things that you're asking for. The Page of Swords is clarified by the Leo energy, okay? We know Leos are out in the open, okay? Leos will have no problem with being out, you know, up front, letting people know what's what. They can be the life of the party. They can be very passionate, very energetic, okay? And Spirit is saying you guys are going to be tapping into some new passions. You could also have Leo highly aspected in your chart. You could be a Leo sun sign, or have a Leo sun, moon, rising, or any planetary placements could have Leo. Okay, you can also have Leo in one of your houses as well. But I just see a newfound passion, okay? Some of you guys are, excuse me, with this Page of Swords, you're discovering parts of yourself that you didn't even know, okay? And with that, you're unlocking a new passion. Also, remember when it was talking about calling your power back, okay? As a lot of you call your power back, you're going to strengthen yourself, okay? Leos are represented by the lion. Lions are the kings of the jungle, okay? They are the strongest. They are the fiercest. They are, you know, they don't mind protecting their home. They don't mind protecting their loved ones. And they don't mind going out and doing what they need to do in order to get what they want, okay? So taking on this energy, this passionate energy, is going to really help you manifest and bring in the things that you're trying to bring in, okay? Some of you guys have lost your passion. There's no motivation for you to get up and do things. When you're procrastinating and you're doubting yourself, you don't have anything that is fueling you, that is firing you up and getting you motivated to get the fuck out of bed no matter how sleepy or tired you are. You don't have anything that's fueling you to get outside of your comfort zone 2 on the clock and do the things that you need to be doing for yourself in order to establish these new beginnings, in order to walk into this new energy that Spirit has for you, okay? Let's clarify this Magician. Codependency. Codependency. So for some of you to manifest, Spirit is saying you're going to have to stop being so codependent. A lot of you guys have been, you know, relying on other people to give you things. So for example, some of y'all been relying on these relationships for you to feel loved, or for you to feel supported, or for you to feel wanted. If you don't feel loved, supported, or wanted without having to use somebody else, you have to have somebody else around you to feel those things, then there's a problem. You are codependent, okay? And you cannot attract the things that are for you. You cannot walk in alignment with your particular life if you are codependent. When we're codependent, sometimes we will erase what Spirit is saying for us. We will stop paying attention to the things that Spirit is saying for us, and we'll try to go chase something that somebody else thinks that we should be doing, or we'll try to fit into a box or a category that somebody else may have for us. And then when we start to become more unaligned and we start to really miss out on things, now we're feeling some type of way, okay? Mirror effect. Whatever you put out is what you are going to receive back. The way others view you is none of your business. So some of you guys are codependent because you're worried about how people are going to think, how people are going to feel, what people are going to say. Oh, they're going to think this about you, they're going to think that about you. Who gives a fuck? Okay? Who really legitimately gives a fuck how people feel, what people think, or any of those things? Like, nobody cares, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and use these. Actually, we're going to get some ancestor messages, and then I'm going to pull one card for each of the 12 zodiacs for the month of March, and we're going to see what comes out. And then we'll go ahead and close out. All right? So let's get some ancestor messages. Calling on all of our melanated ancestors, of those who will see this video and those who are already tuned in, asking for clear messages of any confirmation, knowledge, or insight that we may need for the month of March. Thank you in advance. All right. Also, make sure that you guys are showing gratitude for even the smallest things. You know, one thing that I just made it a habit to do is just say thank you for everything, or I appreciate you when things happen. And, you know, just start saying it to everybody. You know, somebody could hold the door for me and I'd be like, thank you, I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Somebody could book a service with me and I'd be like, I appreciate you for doing that. You know, when I do any calls, when I do any readings, when I do any mentorships, I always try to make sure people know that I appreciate them and that I'm grateful, that I'm thankful. When I get cash app deposits, or when money hit my account, or when, you know, I get random things, I'm always saying, I appreciate that. Thank you. Okay? Start having an attitude of gratitude and watch how much starts to actually come in for you. All right? Let's clarify this Ace of Pentacles, and you are beginning to realize who you are. Courage and bravery. So a part of you stepping into who you actually are is you being courageous. Like I said, you're going to have to stop caring about people's opinions, people's thoughts, society's ideas of where you should be. Some of y'all are still trying to chase a dream that society gave you, not a dream that you actually have for yourself. Some of y'all are still trying to run around here to be millionaires or billionaires and all this other stuff because you are chasing materialistic things. You're not chasing your actual goal. You're not chasing your actual dream. You just want to have money so you can look like the people that you look at on Instagram or on TikTok or on Facebook or wherever. You just want to have cars so that you can stunt. You just want to have a big ass house so that you can show it off. You don't want any of these things for yourself. You want them because other people have them, and you want to shit on the people who don't have them. Okay? That's not what you should be going after. You need to be tapping in to figure out who you are, so that you know exactly what is for you, so that you spend your life chasing what is yours instead of trying to chase what belongs to somebody else. Okay? And that takes courage and that takes bravery, because sometimes the people in our space, they're also chasing things from society. They're also chasing materialistic shit, and they can try to put that battery pack in our back to make us feel like we should be off the same thing. And if we're not off the same thing, they try to make us feel like we're weird or we're this or we're that. This is not a time to listen to anybody's opinions of you outside of yourself. This is a time for you to get to know who you are, so that you know exactly where you're supposed to go, and tune everybody out in order to get there. If they're not adding to your journey, then they're taking away from it. If they're not supporting you, then they're taking away from your journey, and it's so important to understand that. Let's clarify this Ten of Swords and this Chariot. Ancestor messages for this Ten of Swords and this Chariot. Some of you guys could also be pregnant. I just start feeling nauseous. Okay, vulnerability and freedom. Okay, so a lot of you guys are freeing yourself. Okay, this Ten of Swords could also be seen as freeing yourself, like I said, ascending or transcending. Okay, but being vulnerable with yourself and being free. Okay, some of you guys have kept your emotions kind of bottled in. You don't really share how you truly feel. You don't even let yourself in to share how you truly feel. Kind of just bottle up these emotions and keep all of these things to yourself. And Spirit is saying there's a need for you to free yourself. Again, freeing yourself from society, freeing yourself from the people around you, freeing yourself from your own mental blockages and your own mental prisons that we create for ourselves, the way that we think about ourselves, the way that we feel about ourselves. Freeing yourself from anything that does not serve your highest good, even if it is something that you are doing to yourself. Okay, it's so important to be able to recognize how we affect ourselves, because for real, we affect ourselves way more than anybody outside of us affects us. So if I'm pointing a finger at my mama or my daddy or my sister, my cousin, my brother, my boyfriend, my girlfriend, my husband, my wife, then understand that if I'm seeing something in them that irritates me, that means that there's something within me for sure that needs work. Because I can only attract people who are on my same frequency. So if the people in my frequency are getting on my nerves because they're doing certain things or they're acting a certain type of way, then that means in some type of way, shape, or form, I'm on that frequency as well. And until I understand how to decipher through those different energies and put myself back on the right frequency, then I need to remove anything from my space that could be causing any issues. And I need to go within myself to figure out what within me could possibly be causing some issues. Okay? Remember, we only attract who we are. Let's clarify this Eight of Swords and the Fool card. Boundaries. Okay? Boundaries. Making sure that you have boundaries. And anytime boundaries come up, I always try to remind you that you need to have consequences for your boundaries. Okay? So you shouldn't just have boundaries where you just say, don't do that, I don't like that. No, it should be, don't do that, I don't like it, and if you do, I'ma do this. And whatever you say you're going to do, you need to stick to it, okay? It's so important to create these boundaries, especially while you are trying to create things for yourself, especially while you're trying to figure out who you are. You need to have boundaries in your space. If there are people in your space that do not align with where you are trying to get to, I'm going to say that again. If there are people in your space that do not align with where you are trying to get to, then they need to be removed, or there's certain boundaries that need to be implemented. A lot of the times we choose and we pick people based on where we are and not where we're trying to go. And that's where the problem lies. If you're picking people based on where you are, then all you're doing is picking more people like you. So when it comes to correcting you, when it comes to helping you, they're not going to be able to see the things that you can't see within yourself because they're on the same fucking level you're on. Everybody's on the same level. Everybody's on the same energy field. So who's going to tell who where they're messing up at? Who's going to be able to give advice to who? It's just not going to make sense, okay? So you want to pick people based on where you're going, okay? If I see somebody who is, who may have and this is speaking for me personally. So if I see someone who may be a life coach, who may have a show, a TV show or something, that's someone that I may look up to. That's someone that I may seek counsel from or take advice from because they're doing something that I one day may want to do, or they're on a platform that is bigger than mine, therefore I can learn something from them. But if I see somebody who is also at the same very place that I'm at, there's not really too much that I can gain from that person, which means that relationship really serves no good. It really doesn't even make sense for that person to be around, okay? So make sure that you are filling your space and filling the people that you learn from with people who you can learn from, people that help you grow, and people who are where you're trying to get to. You should never be the smartest person in every group, in every circle, okay? Now, in some circles, you may be the smartest person and you just can't help that. But in every circle in your life, you should not be the smartest person or the most successful person. There should always be somebody who is above you in some type of way, shape, or form. That way you have people that you can learn from, okay? And people that can give you insight on how they got there and things that you can do to also get there, okay? And it doesn't mean that they have to be super successful, like you can only be around millionaires. That's not what I'm saying. But if you are somebody who is dealing with self-love and you're struggling with self-love, then you at least need to have somebody in your space that loves on themselves a lot so that they can kind of help you and teach you and show you different things that you may not be privy to as you're going through that process, okay? Or let's say, the friends that are around you, there should be certain areas in their life that they are good at or better than you at, okay? So it doesn't mean that they are just in a different place than you completely, but in certain areas of your life, you should be able to learn from them, and in certain areas of their life, they should be able to learn from you. Every relationship you should be growing from and learning something from or taking something from, and vice versa, okay? Let's clarify this Page of Swords in this Leo energy. Closure. Like I said, some of you guys are going to have to be honest and real with your feelings and your emotions. Some of you guys are going to have to share things that you didn't share before, that you haven't shared before. Some of you guys are just going to have to get out of your comfort zone and be more open with releasing people, places, and things that no longer serve you. Okay? Remember, like I said, March is the last month before we move into the new year, into these new beginnings and these fresh starts, okay? So whatever you need to close, whatever doors you need to close, I don't know if y'all can see how she walking away from that damn door, okay? Whatever doors you need to close and walk away from, do so. Get up out of there. I don't know if you are a Christian or if you ever read the Bible, there's a story about the lady who, God told her to go and run away and don't look back. and she looked back and she turned into a pillar of salt, okay? And I'm gonna break that down into, you know, something that makes sense. When you look back, you turn into a pillar of salt, meaning you become salty and you become so focused on the past that you're not able to move forward, okay? There's a reason why we say, you know, process everything that you've gone through, allow yourself to feel it, allow yourself to go through it and figure it out, and then leave it behind. Close that door, walk away from it, and leave it the fuck back there. Because as long as you are, you know, walking away from stuff, but you're still paying attention to what's behind you, then you don't know what's in front of you. You can't pay attention to what's in front of you. You can't figure out how to go about the things that are in front of you because you're so focused on what's behind you. So you turn into a pillar of salt and you become salty or bitter, okay? And we all know some people who are bitter because of their experiences, because of their past, because of things that they went through. And then they bitter ass old people or bitter ass people, period, who are always talking about, you know, what they went through and how life is so hard for them and blah, 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 as if everybody hasn't gone through something that is traumatic in some type of way, shape, or form, okay? So it's time to walk away from the things that no longer serve you and have closure. And let me say this as well. You do not need anybody to have closure. So whoever you're trying to heal from, you don't need that person to be a part of your journey in order to have closure from them. So if you've been waiting to heal because you're waiting for somebody to say sorry, or you're waiting for somebody to come and say I was wrong, or you're waiting for somebody to come and say please forgive me, what if that never happens? Are you just going to put your life on pause and never move forward because you want that person to suffer? You being mad at those people, you holding a grudge, you know, in regards to those people, is not causing them to suffer. Nothing is happening with their life where they're suffering just because, you know what I'm saying, you're holding a grudge. It doesn't really work that way, okay? Let's clarify this Magician card and codependency. And then we're going to pull one card for each zodiac. Home. Some of you guys could be manifesting a new home. I've been talking about that a lot lately over the weekend as well. I see a lot of approvals coming in for new homes. Some of you guys could also be moving to a different state, different city, different country, something like that. If you've been thinking about relocating, this is definitely the perfect time to do so, okay? No better time than the present, excuse me, to relocate. I'm also seeing if you're not relocating physically, this could also be mental relocation and emotional relocation, where again you are moving out of this codependency energy. Some of you guys are moving into a home by yourself. Some of you guys may have been staying with family or friends or loved ones, or it was in a relationship and you shared a home or whatever, and then you're kind of going out and living on your own and doing for yourself, okay? I also see a lot of you just becoming more comfortable in your skin, okay? They say home is where the heart is, right? So that means no matter where you go, you can still be at home and feel at home as long as your heart is in the right space. So I see a lot of you just becoming more comfortable again in your skin, becoming more comfortable in your process, becoming more comfortable in regards to your journey, and allowing yourself to naturally go through the processes that Spirit is taking you through, and no longer fighting against any of those processes, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and pull one card for each of the zodiacs, and then we'll close out. Again, thank you everybody who was tuned in live. For those who are watching the replay, we definitely appreciate that as well, okay? 333 on the other clock. A lot of you guys could be seeing 333 a lot lately. 222, 111, 444, 1010, 888, 777, 15, 15, 12, 12. What else is here? I think that's all that I'm seeing right now. Oh, and 555 as well, okay? All right. Let's see what is going on. All right, we want to start with Pisces since we're in Pisces season, and then we're going to work our way back around to Aquarius, okay? All right, one card for Pisces regarding the month of March 2023. One card for Pisces regarding the month of March 2023. One card at a time. Thank you. Follow what makes you happy, Pisces. Okay? So this is a season to do what makes you happy. Pisces, a lot of the times you guys live in la la land. Okay? Y'all know y'all be in la la land. Whatever you want a reality to be, you just create it in your head. And no matter what the reality actually is, y'all still live in whatever fake reality you created. Okay? But Spirit is saying there's a level of realism that you're going to have with yourself. Okay? Because you're not really making yourself happy if you have to pretend to be happy. You're not really making yourself happy if you have to create these scenarios in your head, even though that's not what the reality is. True happiness is when your reality matches with the happiness that you feel within yourself. Okay? So for my Pisces, if your happiness is not matching, you know, your feelings on the inside, then that means that there's some work that needs to be done. There's some things that need to be changed and shifted, you know, about your life, so that you are able to align with the things that actually make you happy and that are also happening in real time in reality. Okay, so your reality and your inner feelings need to match, and a lot of the times they are not on the same page. Okay, so Pisces, Spirit is saying follow what makes you happy by admitting and analyzing the reality around you and making the necessary changes. Okay, messages for my Aries regarding the month of March 2023. One card for my Aries regarding the month of March. Trust your intuition. I feel like this is the same card that came out for Aries when I did the spread for Saturday, I think. But either way, Aries, trust your intuition for this month, okay? Whatever your intuition tells you to do, do it. And I know that's going to be hard for Aries because they like to do what they want to do, when they want to do it, how they want to do it, with the people they want to do it with, and nothing more, nothing less. But you're going to have to let that shit go. Because the more you do what you want to do, the more you end up in these predicaments that you're struggling to get yourself out of. Okay, so at some point, you're going to have to accept the fact that there are spirits and higher spirits who know a little bit more than you consciously know at this level. Doesn't mean that you don't know these things at all, but you may not know them consciously. This is why they come through our intuition, right? Our higher self sends messages through our intuition so that the things that we know subconsciously can now be made conscious and we can move accordingly. Okay, so really make sure that you're trusting your intuition this month, Aries, and paying attention to the things that Spirit is trying to show you, not just the things that you want to see, or not just paying attention to, you know, the ways that you want things to go. Okay, being open and relinquishing control. All right, messages for my Taurus for March 2023. One card for my Taurus for March 2023. Thank you. What the hell is going on now? Seek within, Taurus. All of the answers that you're looking for are within you, for my Taurus. Okay, and this can go for any placement in your chart. So any Pisces placements, Aries placements, Taurus placements, and so on and so forth. Okay, if it resonates, take it. But seek within, Taurus. Everything that you need is within you. Everything that you need is within you. You don't need people, places, and things to show you who you are, to make you feel like who you are, or none of that. You don't need people to love you. You don't need people to be there for you. You don't need any of that. You may want those things, but you do not need those things. And Spirit is trying to show you just how powerful and strong you actually are by pushing you into doing these things for yourself, by pushing you into creating things for yourself and showing up for yourself. Okay, showing up for yourself in this month of March is going to be so important, Taurus. Okay, one message for my Geminis for March 2023. One card message for my Geminis. Okay, 2 came out, of course, because of the twins. We have move through fear and connect to confidence. We're not going to take that, but we're going to take one. One card for my Geminis. Of course, the twins had to be the only fucking ones to put out 2 cards. I guess each twin needed their own message. One card for my Geminis. Gemini, self-care and integration, okay? So focusing on yourself for the month of March is going to be important. Not worrying about other people, places, and things. Not trying to show up for everybody. Not trying to be there for everybody. Not trying to be all up in everybody's face and making sure that everybody is okay and being Captain Save-A-Ho and all of these different things, okay? Prioritizing yourself this month, Gemini, okay? Because there's certain things that Spirit wants you to get together before this new year starts, and you can't do that trying to be there for everybody else. You can't do that trying to show up for everybody else, okay? There's a lot of different things in regards to career that I'm also hearing, and spirituality that Spirit is going to show you specifically, Geminis, okay? One card for March 2023 for my Cancers. Joy, Cancers. Joy. And I'm hearing creating your own joy, okay? Understanding that you can have joy from yourself. Sometimes my Cancers, y'all like to go look for happiness and joy within other people, okay? And Spirit is saying this is a time to understand how to make yourself happy, how to provide yourself with joy and peace and tranquility, okay? This is about you doing for you, Cancers. Okay, not you doing for anybody else, not you showing up for anybody else. You doing for you, you creating your own happiness, and you embracing the joy around you, okay? No more focusing on the negatives. Cancers, a lot of you guys only focus on negatives or what is not happening for you. Spirit is saying focus on the things that are happening for you, the things that are going good for you, okay? One card for my Leos for the month of March 2023. One card for Leos. Endless abundance, my Leos. Endless abundance, okay? So what I'm seeing for my Leos is focus on the good things that are happening. There is so much more abundance around you, Leos, than you give credit for. There's so many good things that you do that you don't give yourself credit for. There's so many things that you can be thankful for that you don't give yourself credit for, okay? Leos sometimes can be their biggest hindrance, okay? Y'all are the hardest on yourselves. Beat yourselves up a lot, especially when you feel like you are not being who you think you should be for people, or you're not showing up in the energy that you feel like people should see you in, okay? Kind of can be hard on yourself in regards to that. So Spirit is saying there is endless abundance around you, and it's time for you to embrace it. The more you embrace the abundance that is already around you, the more you will attract more abundance to you, okay? Clear message for my Virgos for the month of March 2023. One card for my Virgos for March 2023. Yes. Spirit is saying yes, Virgos. However that resonates, whatever that means to you, Virgos, the answer is yes. Spirit is saying yes. If you think that you need to work on yourself, yes. If you think it's time to tap in, yes. If you think it's time to leave that relationship, yes. If you think that person is cheating on you, yes. If you think them people is playing with you, yes. If you think that you've ran your course with this current energy and you need to go do something to change and to become better, yes. Period. Now, don't be delusional with this fucking yes card. If you know that there's certain things that you need to go ahead and release and let go of, don't try to use this and be like, oh yeah, Poca said yes. No, bitch. No. Poca said yes to your intuition. Whatever your intuition is telling you, you are correct about it. This is what Spirit is talking about. Your intuition. Not the shit that you just woke up and you want just because you want, or no. We're not talking about nothing dealing with the ego. This is intuitive things that Spirit has been telling you, and this is your confirmation that it is a yes, okay? Libra, clear messages for March 2023 for my Libras. Raise your vibration, Libras. Be more positive, okay? Raise your vibration and participate in activities that help you raise your vibration, Libras. Do things that make you happy. Do things that put you in high vibrational energy, okay? I'm also saying take care of yourself. A lot of you may be wanting to diet more or take supplements for your health or whatever the case is. That is also a great way to raise your vibration. I'm also hearing tapping in and meditating and taking time for yourself is also a way to raise your vibration. Libras show up a lot for a lot of different people, but you seldomly show up for yourself, okay? So part of you raising your vibration may also be detaching from people who are energetic vampires, who just take your energy, steal it from you, and don't give you anything in return, okay? It's time to do things that raise your vibration. Sometimes that includes letting things go. Sometimes that includes adding new things to your space. Either way it goes, it's time to raise your vibe, okay? Clear messages for my Scorpios for March 2023. One card, please. Thank you. Scorpios, March 2023. Resolution and healing. Okay, Scorpio, so there may be some endings coming. There may be some things finally coming to a head, or some things finally resolving themselves. And this can lead to healing, okay? So there's certain things that you may, again, be letting go of throughout this season. There's certain things that you may be understanding more about yourself. Whatever resolution that you find to whatever problems you've been having lately is going to bring you healing, okay? Whatever the outcome of some of these problems and situations are, is going to bring you clarity, and therefore you're going to be able to heal from these things. So if there's certain things that you've been struggling with, my Scorpios, whether it be energetically, whether it be mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, whatever it is, as you start to resolve these things, you will start to heal yourself from them, therefore putting yourself in a whole new shift, a whole new paradigm, a whole new timeline, a whole new energetic cycle, okay? Clear messages for my Sagittarius for the month of March 2023. Move through fear, Sag. Do it afraid. Do it afraid. There's certain things that you may be scared to do, maybe certain things you may be scared to go after, certain things that you just may be scared to indulge in, certain things you may think that you're not good enough for, not powerful enough for, that you don't have the strength to do. You do. You may just have to do it scared. Don't wait for fear to leave for you to do stuff. Sometimes you just got to be afraid and go after it and get it done nonetheless. Okay? So if you got to do it afraid, do it afraid. Don't wait for you to not be scared. Because what if it takes you 5 years to no longer be scared? That's 5 years that you could have been did it, got it over with, got it done, and moved on and ascended. Right? So you don't want to wait until you're not scared no more. You just need to do it. Whether you're scared or not, do that shit. Okay? Messages for my Capricorns for the month of March 2023. Create and express. Okay, Capricorn. So Spirit is taking y'all through a creative phase throughout the month of March. Okay, so a lot of ideas could be coming to you guys. A lot of different things that you want to do. A lot of new routines. A lot of new ways of doing things. Ways of being. Ways of thinking. Ways of feeling. Okay, I see a lot of you guys being bombarded with just creative ideas. Okay, so write down all of the things that are coming to you. I tell y'all this all the time when it comes to prioritizing ideas. Write them all down first, and then you can go through them one by one. Sometimes you need to see things so that you are able to get the full scope. When it's just stuck in your head, you're not really able to see it, therefore you don't really know what to do with it. Okay, so write down all of the ideas that are coming to you, my Capricorns, or Capricorn placements, and then start to go through those things one by one, figuring out, okay, I can start with this. Once I get this done, I can move on to this. Once I get this done, I can move on to this. I can do these two things at the same time because they kind of go together. And then after I get these two things done, then I can move to this. Okay? Start to prioritize those things and then tackle them and get them done. Okay? And last but not least, my Aquarius. Okay? Messages for March 2023 for my Aquarius placements. One card, please. Thank you. What do y'all got going on here? Okay, 2 cards coming out. You are supported and you are on the right path. Okay? Let's get one card for my Aquarius. Second, I'm about to just pull a card. Okay, here we go. Yep. Came out twice. You are supported, Aquarius. Obviously, that's your message. You are supported, Aquarius. The things that you're going after, you are supported. The things that you want to do, you are supported. Who gives a fuck about physical support? If we are spiritual beings, why do we care so much about physical support? If we are spiritual beings, why do we care so much about what we see in the 3D with our eyes? If we are spiritual beings and we create in the spiritual realm, why are we so worried about the things that we're seeing show up in our lives? You should be more concerned about what's going on in the spirit. You are supported. Your ancestors, your spirit guides, your higher self, your Ori. All of these spirits are showing up to support you, okay? So if you don't see the physical support right now, who gives a fuck? Everything starts in the spiritual. Everything starts in the spiritual, okay? And this is really for everybody, but we're focusing on Aquarius. Everything starts in the spiritual, okay? So of course you may not see certain things in the physical realm, especially if you're just starting them. You just started it, okay? So you have to give it some time to manifest into a physical form and personify itself so that it can become tangible, okay? But for right now, it's important to know that regardless of who is around you, regardless of the physical support that you feel like you have, your spirit team supports you, okay? And remember, there are more spirits in the spiritual realm than there are physical beings. There's only 7 billion reported people here in just within Earth's realm. 7 billion, okay? Attached to each of those 7 billion people, or those real people, okay, because all of those 7 billion people are not real actual people, okay? We know we got a lot of bots walking around here, but that's another story for another day. But attached to all of those people, especially if they're melanated, you have ancestors. So there's thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of ancestors attached to each physical soul. So if you think about that, you have tens of thousands of spirits who are supporting you in the spiritual realm. And you focus on your mom. You focus on your daddy. You focus on your girlfriend, boyfriend. You focus on that friend who didn't tell you congratulations. Fuck them. They are the minority, okay? The majority of the support that you're getting is from the spiritual realm. So start to embrace that, okay? So hopefully these messages resonated. Tomorrow I will be doing air sign readings, because that's what I'm getting. So we'll be doing air sign readings tomorrow. So if you are a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, we will be tapping in for you all tomorrow. And then on tomorrow's live reading, I will announce what sign will be done for or what element will be done for Wednesday, and so on and so forth, okay? Again, all of my readings are timeless, so anytime that you see any of my messages, definitely take what resonates. Also, they could be for any placements in your chart, okay? These are general, so it doesn't really matter what placements you have in your chart. However, when we get into the zodiacs, when we get into the elements, if you have those signs in any placement in your chart, then you can definitely take those messages. Other than that, I send you guys light and love, and I will see you tomorrow for our next reading. Bye.